What's up, folks? So I just sat in on a Zoom call where the presenter actually went over some pretty cool information. So the news right now is going to say a lot in the coming months about how this housing market is going to tank soon because of the high number of people in loan forbearance, which, if you don't know what loan forbearance is, it essentially is what mortgage companies allow people to do during the whole COVID thing to basically delay paying their monthly mortgage bills. Well, right now in the headlines, you're going to see things like 3 million homeowners facing foreclosure, or even something like maybe housing crisis looms with millions still in forbearance, those sort of headlines. And because these people who basically defer their payments, they still pay this back. Well, I've shared, hopefully, in this post some graphs with you, or at least one. I know one chart that came from the Mortgage Bankers Association. So yes, 3 million people are in loan forbearance. But what the news is not going to tell you is that we need to realize that a small fraction of these loans are actually, very small of them are actually considered at risk. So first of all, I won't take foreclosure lightly, and if you think you're facing foreclosure, you certainly are in a position where you have a lot of options, so keep watching for that. But if you look at this chart I attached here, so of the 3 million in the loan forbearance plan, half of them are actually paid in full. So this is like the people who took the plan but really ended up not even needing it, which is great. And then you have a 33% of people who actually are working out a repayment plan with their lender. And this could be a different loan setup, or even, maybe some like kind of extra amount or extra payment that gets added back to the principal for whatever it was that they deferred. Which adding it on the principal isn't really ideal, but it definitely is good news for those people who are in this situation. It proves that really the banks and people lending money, they really don't want another foreclosure crisis. So that's good. And then of the 3 million, you have this small number of people who are still considered at risk. And I would even say to those people, like, hey, if you are in a position where you're in this loan forbearance and COVID has hit your family really, really hard, you are in great luck, because this is an amazing market right now for sellers. Like, you have a lot of options, and it's really a great opportunity to sell right now because it's such a seller's market. And so maybe that really is your best option, in all honesty, because right now we really don't have enough houses listed on the market, and that actually would, for the bigger picture, would create a healthier local market here. So if you're in that situation and you're unfortunately facing foreclosure due to taking no forbearance and your inability to kind of pay it off, like, that's a great option. And so holler at me. But yeah, so all of this is just, I thought this chart was so helpful to me in kind of realizing, like, the headlines are going to do all these things to try and scare people, and it just isn't really true. And so there's lots of people who are kind of thinking about buying right now, but they just are like, hey, I feel like there's this big housing crash is about to happen, and it's just not really reality. So anyway, hey, you may disagree though, and so if you do, feel free to let me know, leave me a comment. That would be awesome. It'd be fun to go back and forth on some of that. All right, so cool. We'll see you later.